Welcome back to Heads Up SA. Today we focus on a critical development inside the ANC. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called a special national executive committee dedicated entirely to the crisis in local government. This meeting follows damning feedback from COGTA sittings with municipalities, feedback that exposed major failures in many ANC-led councils. In his opening remarks, President Cyril Ramaphosa reflected on reports from the Auditor General, COGTA, internal ANC investigations, and most importantly, the voice of the public. In just a moment, we will play you part of his opening speech where President Cyril Ramaphosa himself lays it all bare. Listen closely and ask yourself, will this be the turning point for the ANC or just another promise? You are watching Heads Up SA. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more South Africa's most important stories. Keep your heads up, SA.
This is what this National Executive Committee has been called to deliberate on. We need to be forthright in dealing with this challenge. We also need to move beyond diagnosis and come up with radical solutions that will address the challenges of local government. Various reports by the Auditor General, COGTA, at a national level, and the ANC internal research and ordinary South Africans highlight the issues of political divisions and instability, as well as governance and administrative failures, as being amongst the main drivers of our local government challenges. Officials who are meant to assist citizens are often not capable of addressing people's concerns or at times work against the people. Sometimes even elected representatives get involved in acts of malfeasance or corruption, and at times in criminal activities working against the people. There are instances of a number of people in our local government structures who are involved in acts of criminality or stealing the resources of our people. And this, in many ways, is betraying the sacred duty that is entrusted to all of us. One of the key problems identified as debilitating the functioning of our municipalities is the continued practice of unauthorized, irregular, and wasteful expenditure, as well as corruption. The lack of accountability and consequence management structures and processes is widespread. This problem is exacerbated by the lack of institutional capability for credible performance. This is borne out by the Auditor General, who cautions that municipal finances are severely troubled, and even though funds are constrained, mayors, councils, and municipalities are displaying, she says, little fiscal discipline. Money paid by residents and funded from the national purse is often wasted through poor financial and procurement decisions and project failures. Creditors are not paid within legalized timelines, and the debt owed to entities such as Eskom and water boards remains high and continues to increase. If these debts are not paid, communities are left without access to basic services such as electricity and water. This also makes it difficult for businesses to operate optimally, further adding to the struggling economy of our country. The Auditor General says that one root cause of project failures and financial loss is poor management of our finances and a reluctance to hold suppliers accountable for late and poor quality delivery. And she then goes on to identify or delineate the number of municipalities and says 87% had findings of non-compliance with procurement and contract management legislation in 2023-2024. Services, she continues, and infrastructure in basic areas of water, sanitation, waste management, electricity, housing, and roads are not consistently and sustainably delivered and maintained despite the budgeted funds being spent. And the worst part is that quite often we find that funds are returned to the national fiscus without being spent. And I've often said that this is a treason against our people, because they expect that when Parliament budgets or adopts a budget and the money is transferred, they expect that the money will be spent. The deteriorating living conditions, she continues, and harm caused by polluted water resources and landfill sites are widespread. The other overriding concern is that municipalities struggle to improve their revenue collection levels despite implementing financial recovery plans and turnaround strategies. Infrastructure delivery and maintenance are also still not receiving enough attention. The lack of accountability at most metros as well is clear from the slow response to that they observed. It is rare for metro leadership, she says, to account to provincial legislatures and parliament. Now, a culture of performance accountability and transparency and institutional integrity is not ingrained in many of our local government entities. Fully functional and high-performing local government entities will have a significant impact on the lives of most South Africans, as well as businesses that operate in the local spaces. Now, these are the challenges that the Auditor General has identified, which need to be addressed. We have often glossed over the reports that are issued,